Evening, boys and girls. Apologies for being late. Just waiting for one of the guests. Good evening, YouTube land, and good evening, my guests. And you know what? Cockney Spock's just ringing me up. Can you believe it?
He waited until he went on.
Cockney, you're supposed to be on here, mate. You're supposed to be on, mate. Oh. Anyway, Cockney, you're supposed to be on. Matt, are you well?
I'm all right. You?
Yeah, I'm not bad. You good? Yes. You good?
Good
You
enough.
had a good tea? You had a good dinner? Yes.
Oh, yes. Very nice, mate. Very, very nice indeed.
Mega Geek, you good?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm okay, just tired, that's all.
You've been working today, my friend?
Been working, all day.
Shooting or editing?
No, I'm production shooting.
And how's that going? Good?
Yeah, it's all right. Corporate rubbish, but...
Pays the bills, though, mate.
Yep, it pays the bills. So, there you go.
You been watching any good TV this week, then?
Well, I've been watching Better Call Saul. No, every time I have a break, I watch, things that I really enjoy watching. As I said, I'm on the second season of Better Call Saul and the first season of, Banshee. You know what I mean? So I try to catch up with them when I get a break. But recommending Better Call Saul because I know fifth season would be happening, but I'm only on a second season. Recommending Resident Alien. Recommending Barry.
I've watched Barry.
Yeah, you're on season 2 now, aren't you?
No, finished it.
Oh, you finished it. Oh, so you didn't want me to send you any more then?
I sailed, as it were. You can still send me the thing because I might just download it and watch it in super good quality. But yes, Barry, very good, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I don't think there was enough of Hank in the second series.
Hank, he doesn't know what he wants to be, does he? Hank, it makes me laugh.
I saw a clip of it last night for the first time because I was over at my dad's and I'm trying to get him to watch it.
The bald,
the European guy.
What nationality are they?
He's meant to be. Oh God, what were they?
It's not Ukrainian, is it? It's not Serbian. I
think it's Ukrainian, isn't it?
Is it?
I don't know, but in real life, he has. I don't know. When your hair drops off your face, he has that, so he doesn't have any eyebrows.
Oh, okay, all right.
And he doesn't have any hair, and he was also in Gotham as Victor Sav, which is one of Batman's villains. So he was in that too. So yeah. So
all right,
that's why I saw him first.
Spare with me, Cockney's here. Hello, Cockney.
All right.
You all right? I thought you was coming on here, mate.
No, you got that completely wrong.
Oh, did I? Oh, okay. Yep. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I do apologise. I misunderstanding. I thought you wanted to come on here. Yes, no?
No, you got that completely wrong.
Hang on a minute. Is he?
I thought he was wanting to stream on here.
Yeah, you've said that 3 times now.
Anyway, just say good evening to Jamie in the chat and Kual Birab. Hello, fellas. So I was looking on Sky News Say. Well, I saw on Twitter. I don't know if this is true or not. Mr. Potato Head is going gender neutral, which I thought, what is the world coming to?
Mr. Potato Head's not human. He's just a plastic toy. So it could be wherever it wants, I guess.
Yeah. And then, Matt sent me a little message before. Apparently, it's not. They've backtracked. So Hasbro have backtracked. So God knows what's happening. I just think the world, can it get any more surreal? I don't know. Can it get any more surreal? It's just, it's like Kral Birab says, how does a tatty have a gender? and a plastic one at that?
That's it, it just doesn't make any sense. As I said, the world's going crazy. The only person that's actually brave and that's come out fighting is Gina Carano. And everybody else is just cowards, Spielberg. Pretty sure Spielberg is against this agenda. Pretty sure that Donna and Lucas is against this agenda. But I don't know why they're scared of losing their jobs, because they kind of practically own Hollywood, Spielberg and Lucas. So unless they agree with what's going on. So I don't understand why they're not coming out. And maybe, as somebody said, that KK has got dirt on them. That's why they won't come out. So, just goes to show how depraved and how slimy Hollywood is, I guess. Because if she didn't have anything on them, they would come out because they have nothing to lose. They're billionaires, aren't they? So
yeah, they are.
So she must have something on them. That's the only reason. That's the only reason why I think they won't come out and do it. Because I know for a fact that George Lucas is against what's happened to Star Wars. Hence why he didn't turn up to the screenings of any of the films. So there you go.
I thought they hadn't invited him on.
No, he was invited, mate.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah,
right.
He was invited,
and he didn't go. Oh, right,
why would you not? Why would you not invite the father of Star Wars?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Yeah, you would. Right. That's okay. So he just didn't go because he didn't want to.
Well, he's under He's under a contract, isn't he, to not say anything, even if he disagrees. That's
like
what they all signed,
non-disclosure.
Yeah. So most of the actors signed this thing, but what I'm saying is that Spielberg hasn't signed anything, and I'm a bit, I don't know what's going on with Spielberg, but if it is the case that he's a coward and he doesn't want to speak up because she's got dirt in him, then it kind of taints who I thought he was, if you know what I mean. So, but who knows? Who knows?
Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey says the brand is dropping the Mr. The characters of Mr. and Mrs. will stay. Okay, so it's right. Okay, I get it.
How can you drop the Mr. and then have it Mr. and Mrs.?
Maybe just
no sense. How does that make sense?
I don't know. I think on the tweet that Matt sent me as well, I don't know if Hasbro they're obviously Japanese, and whoever wrote the tweet probably isn't too good at English. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. It's just a plastic toy. So why is there? I don't know. Who cares anyway?
Yeah,
who cares?
It's just all shit. Hollywood is a rancid cesspool. Yeah, we know that. So
it always was, right? But I always believed in my heart that there were some really good people there trying to make decent, stuff. But if they're not speaking up, then I guess they're just as horrible as Harvey Weinstein. Mate, as said, the only thing I can come up with is they got dirt on them. So interesting.
It's just shit. They just want to try and just stick to doing some decent films, just entertainers. But I think the entertainment is coming from the behind the scenes, isn't it? Really. So.
Well, it's that they're relying, these people, like Disney's relying on all the normies to not notice this pop cultural fight. So just relying on them to keep watching Disney. But the
digital babysitter.
Well, I don't know. Matt, how's it going with the writing? If you're there,
it was going really good over the last few days. Actually, I haven't sat down and done anything today because of other stuff, but. I got back from running a little errand earlier on and sat down and thought, right, now it's time to sort of dig into it because I'm a bit enthusiastic about this. I've got some ideas, and this current thing that I'm writing, current part of it I'm writing at the moment, it's kind of still, it's paused in my head, if you know what I mean, like a movie.
Yeah.
And I've got to unpause it and write down what I see. And I got back and thought, right, let's stick this down. And then Brown says, "You coming on?" I went, "Oh, God.
Sorry, man.
Creativity spoilt.
Sorry. So, shall we keep it short then tonight? If you want to go off to Right, because obviously that comes first.
I don't know. I can stay on for a bit. It's all right.
Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Yeah.
Matt, did you send me Blood Machines?
Yes, I did, mate.
All right. I haven't looked at it yet, though. So it looks interesting. I'll take a look.
Most of those ones that I sent, I haven't had a chance to watch myself.
All right.
I thought, these are like on the top of my list that I'm going to watch. So I thought, see if anyone else wants to watch them as well, and then you can comment on them like later, sort of thing. If anyone manages to see them.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
the trailer looks amazing for that, but I haven't had a chance to watch it. It came out like sometime last year.
That's on one of those obscure streaming services, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame, really, because you can see what's going to happen now. If majority of people decide to abandon Hollywood and and do their own thing, then basically they're going to try and monopolize what we create because they have all the power, just like they did with independent films. So we can tell what's going to happen.
Yes, Bill Barabbas, I think, has watched the thing we've been mentioning a few times. Oh yeah, it's something that definitely make you talk about it for the whole evening. That's for sure.
What's this documentary on? What?
It's cool. It's that one that I mentioned. I might have mentioned it before when you've been on all of the Cabal.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah, it does evoke some discussions.
That was it's a Dutch woman, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember her name now, but yeah, I looked her up online afterwards.
Yeah, she's on YouTube. I looked on her YouTube channel. There doesn't seem to be anything connected with that.
No, I had a look as well. But I found her on Instagram. I sent her a message, but she hasn't replied, so I don't know what her deal is.
Okay. Cockney, are you there?
I am indeed.
You're not mad with me, are you? Please don't be mad.
No, that's just an emotional state that's not relevant.
Please don't be mad. I can't take it, please.
So does anybody know what's happening with the latest Spider-Man then? Because I saw this really crappy trailer this morning where it was looks like it was shot on video and they come out this classroom and, and I think they were playing themselves, but not Peter Parker was playing Tom Holland, and the girl that plays Mary Jane was saying to him, well, you can't keep your mouth shut, can you? And they walk past a poster where it says the title of the latest Spider-Man. Because obviously Tom Holland's well known for not keeping secrets.
Yes,
you see that trailer, anybody?
I've not seen it.
No,
I've not seen it.
I'm not going to see it.
I don't think I'm interested in it, to be honest.
No.
I know it's out at Christmas.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I've been kind of watching other things this
That's
week.
what they said about June.
Is that what?
Doom.
That's what they said about June.
Oh, June.
Yeah.
The month
I don't know when that's coming out.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not good.
I thought there was just going to be streaming that now.
I don't know. I mean, they're talking about now taking us, in England, taking us off COVID in April, or I can't remember. So if that's the case and shops are open and stuff, so the cinemas will be open, won't they? So do you know what? Out of all the trailers I've seen, the only film that's I really want to see is Nobody.
Yeah.
You heard of that film, Nobody? Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Oh, that's Soul Bloke, isn't it? Bob.
Yeah. All the the trailers for Marvel stuff and DC's, Zack Snyder's Justice League. For me, they're all meh. But then when I saw the trailer for Nobody, I thought, yeah, I really want to see that. So
yeah, interesting.
Maybe have. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think they said it was out in April. Is it April that's out?
Yeah, I think so.
Are we going to see it at the cinema over here, though?
I don't know. It looks really interesting, though. So, and the trailer was terrific. So I thought, I'll definitely go and see that, definitely. But, we'll see.
It looks a bit sort of John Wick-esque.
Yeah, but it looks... The thing is, the trailer's really well done. and that's what makes me want to see it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, the trailer just says it all, tells you the story, you know, tells you the concept, and I think the concept is really good. You know, so I thought, yeah, I'll watch that. It looks interesting. Plus, you know, that guy who plays Saul, what's his name? Bob something.
Odenkirk.
Yeah, Odenkirk. He's a pretty good actor. So
yeah, it looked like it in this anyway.
Yeah.
Very subtle performances he gave in Breaking Bad that I thought were impressive.
Yeah. So I was thinking, yeah, I'd go and see that because the trailer looks really good. So yeah, as I said, you know, you see the trailer for Falcon and what is it, Winter Soldier and Falcon or Falcon Winter, and I just go there when I watched it. I wasn't really excited or anything.
No,
I think too much Disney. You get, you know, you kind of get, you know, it just doesn't interest me anymore. There's too much. They flood in the market. It's just too much.
There does seem to be a little bit of overload at the moment.
Yeah.
I've lost interest in WandaVision as well. To be fair, especially with what's gone on, I just kind of lost interest in it.
Yeah, last two
Don't particularly care now. Yeah.
Last two
WandaVision have been dragging. They're really dragging it out.
Yeah. Well, the last one I saw was the one where they revealed what's her name. So that's the last one I saw.
Agnes. Yeah, that was last week's one.
Yeah. So, you know, and I'm like, okay, so what?
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Just feel the life sucking out of it. Everybody was so enthusiastic for it.
The problem is they're basically they're giving us too much. Marvel and when they give you too much of a good thing, you kind of get, it's not special anymore. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, you know what I mean.
Because the Black Widow's just around the corner as well.
You're not even interested in that either.
No, I've not been caring at all when that's released. It's supposed to be released like last year sometime, isn't it?
Yeah. Just really, seriously, it's just too much. There's too much Marvel, too many superheroes on TV now, and I'm just getting tired of it. To tell you the truth, the last superhero thing I saw, which I found interesting, was Jessica Jones and Daredevil. You know, the true that I was really interested in. Obviously, I went to see the last Avengers movie. You know, I had to see that, but apart from that, everything else that followed it was just meh, really, as far as I'm concerned.
I didn't bother going to see Captain Marvel. That was the first Marvel movie I hadn't seen, I think.
It wasn't a very good movie, and the worst crime of that film was that you didn't care about anyone.
Yeah,
so it didn't matter what anyone did in that film. You just didn't care about anyone. You know, and it was woke, but it wasn't offensively woke, in my opinion. It was what we all expected from it, from all the reports. We got exactly what the reports were telling us. So it was no surprise when I watched the film. It was just bland. I wasn't excited. I got slightly pissed off what they did to Nick Fury, but apart from that, it was it was less than me, if you know what I mean. So it wasn't really worth my time.
I don't even think I can be bothered with all the new stuff that's coming out, to be fair. Fatigue.
Yes, I'm saying, you know, if something catches my eye, I will watch it. But, you know, as I said, I think there's just too much on TV. There really is too much.
I've been revisiting Buck Rogers in the 25th Century this week.
Yes, it's great.
Yeah.
It's good. Obviously, it looks shit, but it's good shit though, isn't it? So yeah, it's obviously it's of its time.
I think the problem. Yeah, I think the problem with TV now is that your access to TV is, you know, you don't have to wait anymore. You can get everything all in one go if they allow you to. You can access this, you can see this and see that. In the old days, I think what makes you want to see a show is the waiting, is the anticipation.
It is,
and they don't have that anymore. They just give you exactly what you want. Now it doesn't become special when they do that.
Yeah, because they just dump it all in one go, don't they? So admittedly, with the boys and One Division has been, dripped weekly. Netflix are pretty bad at just dropping everything in one go, aren't they?
Yeah, they have. I give films a chance. Like there was this film, I think it was a Swedish film on Netflix, and it was about, and the concept was, this girl has gone to college and she has a room in the campus, and she has to share a room with a ghost, a horrible, slimy looking, horrible entity. And I saw, and I read the concept, and there was a picture of this scary girl, and I thought, okay, I'll watch that. And I watched 5 minutes of it, and I couldn't watch it anymore. I was like, this is crap, and then turned it off. So I think that's, when I have a little bit more time, that's what I do on Netflix now. I see something that catches my eye, and if it doesn't catch me in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I just switch it off.
Whereas back in the day, we'd probably watch it, wouldn't we? Because there was nothing else.
Because there was no, you didn't have a choice. It was like, this is the best sounding thing that's there, so we might as well just watch it. But said that we have too much choice now. We're spoiled for choice. And I think that's what's really spoiling. Well, I guess it's spoiling a bit of TV for me anyway. I can't speak for everybody else, but there you go.
I wish I was spoilt for choice. There's nothing on. I still can't get The Expanse going. That's all I want to watch. There's nothing else good on.
Yeah, how's your internet then, Cockney? Is it still playing up?
Same as always.
Yeah. And what was I going to say? Has anybody noticed that YouTube is not showing?
Mine had disappeared. Yes.
Yeah, my channel's not showing my channel at all. I know. Oh, actually, showing it now. It's back. How weird. It's completely disappeared before, and now it's back.
Cockney, have you connected your air to the internet?
Welcome to IT help. No, still going off my phone. Phone does not have an Ethernet connection. You and the internet company should get together with your Ethernet obsession. Speak to Apple. They don't do an Ethernet connection for the phone.
I know that.
I do everything off my phone. Ergo, not relevant.
All right. So okay. So you've not connected your MacBook Air to the wired.
I do everything off my phone. There is no Ethernet connection available for a phone. No such thing. They keep telling you, "Oh no, it's all done via the air now, sir. You can't plug into a modem with your phone." I've got an idiot over here who wants to plug his phone into the internet. That's stuck in the middle as always, isn't it? Meanwhile, the internet company. No, don't get me started. I need to get the internet company, you and Apple, all together in the same room at the same time. Right, here's the internet, here's my phone. Get the two connected, you fucking muppets. That's what I like IT. There's no room for opinion in IT. It's facts. Phones do not go into the internet. I had to buy an adapter for the Mac as it was, because of course, famously, MacBook Air, USB-C, fuck all else. Ridiculous.
Yes. The Air doesn't have a Ethernet, does it? Oh, I forgot about that.
No, I had to buy an adapter, didn't I?
Oh, God.
But at least there's such a thing as an adapter, unlike the iPhone. There's no such thing. It doesn't physically exist. What am I supposed to do? Invent one like the 18?
I feel for you, buddy.
It doesn't exist, therefore I cannot buy it. I cannot buy something that doesn't physically exist. Dear Apple, make an Ethernet adapter for the modem so I can plug my phone in. Or, dear internet company, will you let go of this idea of plugging into the modem physically? It's so last century. You muppets sort it out amongst yourself. I don't care which it is.
So if we sent you
Cockney Spot.
If we sent you the link for The Expanse, it's still no good, isn't it?
No, I'm still trying to get a player, basically. Not that kind of player. Trying to be a player. Get a player. if I was a player, I could get a player. Get me a player, because I is a player. Yep, can you get me a player, nice multi-region player, and all my problems will be solved. I'll be in physical media heaven once again. A rum old mess this world we've created, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, I was watching Netflix yesterday, and there was a film with Tom Hanks, his latest film called News of the World. Yeah, and it looked
not the newspaper.
No, and it looked like shit, so I didn't watch it. You'd have thought Tom Hanks films look like shit because Tom Hanks used to, star in, there was a lot of Tom Hanks film, you'd want to go and see it. But now these days, Tom Hanks, you're like, See, I don't know what's going on with entertainment. I really don't. It's a shame it's going that way, where nothing's exciting anymore. Everything's just bland and remakes and all kinds of nonsense. So,
is it?
I saw yesterday that Frasier's getting not a reboot, but like another series.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
but without the actors apart from Kelsey Grammer.
Well, no, isn't his brother in it?
No, it's only Kelsey Grammer.
Is he not in it? Oh right. Ooh.
Just him.
Yeah.
Not Daphne. Not well, his dad. I know the guy who played his dad died. Yeah,
none of them. Just him.
Just him.
Just him. Fuck the others.
Because at the end, I think the last episode, he flew to. He flew to. Was it San Francisco? To star in another radio show or something, or a TV show.
Oh,
that was the last episode. I know Daphne got married to Niles.
Yeah.
What?
And his dad got married to that woman, and they're all going their separate ways. Roz got promoted or something like that, and Frasier got offered a job, didn't he? In San Francisco, I think, and he flew off. And that's how it ended.
Ah.
That was the last episode.
Still waiting for those tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
It again. Boo,
Yeah.
boo, ba, ba, ba. Jazz. Nice.
Do you think it's a bad idea that he's revisiting? He's not getting divorced, is he? In real life? Because usually when programs come back, there's a divorce, isn't there?
Because they've got to pay half the settlement.
Yeah. When did it finish? It's got to be a good 10 years ago at least.
Oh, longer than that.
Oh, is it?
The 90s show, wasn't it?
Last millennium, wasn't it?
Ugh.
Hasn't he already got the record for the longest running character, Frasier Crane, non-consecutive, if you include Cheers? He's definitely got it now. Maybe that's why he's doing it. They don't count the years you're not doing anything, do they? Just earliest start, latest finish.
That's coming back on Paramount Plus, isn't it?
What, Cheers?
No,
Frasier?
Frasier, yeah. The big American one, with Star Trek and all those.
What? Frasier Star Trek? Is this microphone working? What? He was in Star Trek, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
Commander
he was.
Frasier Crane.
He was. Was that the episode where it's...
I'm listening.
Yeah, Deja... Yeah. It's
Deja vu.
It's the thing that keeps repeating, wasn't it?
Oh, the time loop.
Repeating.
Episode, yeah.
The time loop.
He must have been a crap captain because he didn't realise that they'd been in a loop for, was it, I don't know, say 50, 60 years?
Well, he thought it was reruns, didn't he?
Yeah, and yet the Picard and his lot, was it like 2 days or 3 days?
Yeah, but don't you find that Picard himself is like Benjamin Button in that he hasn't actually aged since 1979? I mean, he basically played a 50-year-old man in Excalibur in 1980. Picard, this is, Jean-Luc, Captain, Sir, and he's been playing a 50-year-old man ever since. And apart from Picard, now he's playing a dead man who's been cloned into a robot or some fucking bollocks, I don't know.
Although I did
Star Trek bollocks.
See a couple of clips of Nemesis on YouTube yesterday.
Science fiction, I'll give you science fiction.
Compared to what it looks now, fuck, it looks old now.
Warping space-time in front of the spaceship, what kind of fucking bollocks is that? Anyway, moving on.
You saw about that, aren't you? Because you say one's fantasy and one's more realistic, isn't it?
Yeah, one's a Star Wars and Star Trek. One's a wacky, unrealistic, completely silly space fantasy made for kids, and the other one's Star Wars. Hey, look, don't think about why it's funny. It just is. Point being that Star Trek is not science fiction. It's wacky old space fantasy. Don't pretend otherwise, you muppets. It's not a fiction question. It's a science question. So you know what? I just fucked off, did my own special. It's already up on the old YouTube.
Did I was that one you did earlier?
Can't argue with physics. You can argue with me. Can't argue with physics. Standard model. Know what I mean? She's all right. Twin paradox. I should Coco. Identical. So you get two girls, right? They look exactly the same. They're identical twins, right? You dress them up as French maids. That's not essential to the experiment, but it is an added bonus when I do it. All right. Keep up.
I can't, mate. My head's pounding, so I can't. I do apologise.
Yeah, remember, listen to the show 3 times on half speed. You might get what we're on about. But the physics is hardcore. It's a separate department. Basically, hello and welcome to Eastern European Physics Time. Because you can't argue with physics. I'm just saying, you can't time travel to the past, Star Trek. You can't teleport, Star Trek. Even within their own canon, they're actually killing themselves and replicating another one. What happens to the soul, as mentioned earlier, Star Trek. And another thing, you can't replicate a burger from plastic. Oh, what about McDonald's? All right, bad example, but no. Oh, what about Bill Gates? He makes water from poo. Yeah, ironic that, isn't it? I covered it in my show. You can't do it. It's not science fiction. It's fantasy, I tell you. All right, back to the show.
What about hyperspace in Star Wars? Is that
exactly
possible?
Also fantasy. You can't go faster than light. Even light can't go faster than light. It's got no mass. Don't come at me with the physics. 186,000 miles a second, I said, as discussed in my earlier special. Check it out on YouTube right now. Not now or on Brown, but later. Check it out now, later, or earlier. Get Tenet. Check it out earlier. Be ahead of the curve. What do you think, Brown? Not a lot.
I didn't think in the terms what you're on about. For me, Star Trek is just good, wholesome fun. And I don't think of it in the terms you do.
No, clearly not. But it's all right. I don't blame you. It's all right. You don't have to.
I just want to be entertained. I don't really kind of go into all the...
well, that's where at least Kurtzman's consistent, because he's, completely ignored the laws of physics on one hand, and on the other hand, he's completely ignored the rules of screenwriting and character development. So he's consistently shit throughout. Amazing. He's like the anti, King Midas, isn't it? King Klutzman. Every script he turns to shit. Every IP he touches falls apart like poo in your hands. Know what I mean?
I just don't think he's just the ultimate hack, isn't he? The ultimate hack.
Hack's a bad name, doesn't he? Hack's going fuck off. We're not that bad.
That's the problem at the moment, though, isn't it? It's just full of hacks, I think, that have just sort of wheedled their way in, somehow convince people that they're worth something, and then when they actually come to write and make something, it just turns out to be cack. Like Mega Geek said, there's just so much dross out there. It's just been output by all these rank amateurs, by the sound of it, and we're not getting any quality out of entertainment anymore. Well, very little.
Not enough.
When he said that Star Trek doesn't touch young people because it's just a show about grown-up people, what the fuck is he on?
That's not what I used to think when I used to watch the cartoon when I was 4 years old.
I just watched Star Trek and just loved it because it was just big spaceships. It was just entertaining and I just loved it.
Lasers and phasers.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see kids running around in it. I wanted to see proper people that knew what they were doing.
Proper grown-ups in uniform doing what they should be doing. None of this. I'm having an emotional moment. Is that good for ratings? Fuck off. You know what I mean?
Seeing the Star Trek Prodigy poster just upsets me because it just is garbage, isn't it?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, what's it going to be? Is this a cartoon, live action, a movie, a trilogy?
It looks like not even Disney, but one of these third-rate companies that you see filling up space in cinemas on a Saturday morning for parents who want to keep their kids quiet. Sort of CGI movie poster. That's all it looks like. It doesn't look like anything to do with Star Trek. It doesn't look like anything to do with any IP that anyone can get excited about. It's just an amalgamation, a hodgepodge of weird characters that look nothing like anything, that all exist in some kind of Nickelodeon TV show. It's I don't know. It's just terrible.
See, that's why we're allowed to moan on this channel, because we're all doing our own stuff. We're going to be like Mega Geek. We're going to make our own films from now on. That's that.
I'm not. I'd try and do music instead. But
look,
you know,
last time, right? Just anyone missed it. Right Club Part 2. We were doing a case of what are you writing, Brown? Well, I'm writing a shopping list. Okay, well, let's do the shopping list trilogy. Write about what you know. And Brown's sitting there, as the internet is my witness, and so Swap Shop. You know, ask him right.
You're right, mate. You're right.
Yeah, basically going, oh, I'm just there's a depressed guy at a keyboard. How's that for us? And before you know it, all three emergency services right outside the window.
I know.
All the blue lights. Fucking bomb squad are in. You go,
I
there
know.
you go, you've got a story right there, happening live on Right Club.
I know.
So careful what you think about. Before you know it, you've got all three emergency services right outside your bedroom window. What happened in the end, by the way? Did they find the bomb? Shemtex.
We've not seen her. So I don't know if she was there or not. So as I said, the front of the house, there was fucking smoke billowing out. And nobody's seen her, so I don't know if she was away or I don't know.
Why don't you fully embrace the role of the gardener style of the writer and basically just write about that without any clue as to what's happening or where you're going with it? Brilliant.
I mean, just probably go and ask one next door neighbour to find out if she's okay. But there you go.
And yeah, if in doubt, just follow your standard Hollywood structure: kiss, kiss, bang, bang. So at some point, the Mr. Brown character, right, he's got to get a gun and he's got to get into a bit of wacky hijinks with a hot young lady that's taken his fancy, but not necessarily him, her. Know what I mean? Well, that's the unresolved sexual tension that is the glue that holds the story together. Kiss, kiss, bang, bang. Script writing 101. Don't you think, Swap Shop?
No, I agree with that.
You haven't seen her, though.
Oh, God.
Oh. Is that going to be the name of your story? I don't.
You haven't seen her.
you ain't seen that one. Cool. Female lead. Oh, I've had better blow up dolls.
Ironically, I probably have.
How ironic is that? Not very. Brilliant. Well, there you go. There's your through line for your trilogy. I'd like a female lead that's as much fun as the last blow up doll I went out with.
I just like a female, but there you go. Not going to get it while I'm on lockdown.
But that's the amazing thing about story writing. You've got to have a female lead. No, Brown, don't be so heteronormative. Maybe you want a male lead or a trans lead.
Am I allowed to have a male lead in a story these days?
Well, you've got to have a romantic lead. That's the point. Basically, your main character is not a main character unless A, he is shot at or through someone, or at least, cut their head off with a sword, and 2, and a tongue sandwich with someone.
Oh, dear.
Right, Swap Shop? That is screenwriting 101. It's golden. Right, whether it's Star Wars, Raiders, or Blade Runner, you've got to be shooting someone and you've got to be giving someone the old tongue sandwich. Am I right or am I right? I'm right.
You're always right, mate.
No, I'm not always right. I'm always wrong. But in this case, I'm right. Even a stop clock is the right time twice a day. That's why I wanted to come on, to give you the good news that you're surrounded by creative geniuses such as Swap Shop and Mega Geek, who right now are working hard on screenplays on films that might never get made. But then again,
and I'm holding them back.
You're encouraging them, ironically enough. When they dip out, just think, they're probably working on something right now.
Swap Shop would have been, but I sent him a message.
I like the way that you focus on the negative. Yeah, to get him on here. Exactly. But that's why if he zones out, it's because he's popped out in his head, because he's writing. I like what's Mega Geek up to. He's probably directing a scene right now as we speak. Bit the old time management. Probably going, go on, Rebecca Platinum. That's it. Pull the gun out. Show us your midriff. Bang, bang, bang. And cut. That's the scene. Am I right, Mega Geek?
He says he's had to duck out for a bit. Sklavko says, as broke people say, just follow the money.
There you go. Follow the money. Who's got the money? Someone in Hollywood send us your money. Come on. $2 million. No, it's pounds, sorry. 2 million of your English pounds for whatever I'm coming up with. Brilliant.
Who has got the money? Anybody know?
Somebody at Warner Brothers, someone somewhere, a film company, an investment bank.
Is it a bottomless pit? Hollywood.
I only want $1 billion for the whole thing, or you have the rights for £2 million, as mentioned, £3 million soon. What about you, Swap Shop? Have you got an agent yet?
Blimey, I don't think anyone would support me at the moment. Maybe when I've got it finished and I can actually give it to people to read, someone might say, "Oh, this is actually quite good. Fancy an agent?"
See, I think that's what we're going to aim for. I mean, that's why Mega Geek, who's kind of on here, is he's actually made the film. He's written the script. He's gone out and made the film. Wow! So I'm forever impressed by that. I've barely written the script, let alone made the film. The writing part's hard enough, don't you think?
Swap Shop, you've wrote the first film? Is that finished?
Well, I've got a film's worth of stuff written, but it's not structured like a film, if you know what I mean. The whole thing is structured like a one story at the moment, but you could probably split it in two once it's done, like the Harry Potter finale.
Oh yeah, chapter 7, split it in two. Classic.
Yeah. And how far are you away from finishing? Do you know yet?
It's difficult to say because you can kind of look at how far you've come and think, right, I've got this little bit extra to write. So when you look at it like that, I've probably only got about 15%, 10-15% left. But then when you come to actually do it, you realize you've got loads to write still because you've got to fill in details and conversation bits, and you got to work out reasons for things. And all that takes extra time. So you can think, right, I'll probably have it done in like a week or two. And then when you come actually sit down and do it, you realize it's 3-4 times as long at least, and because there's so much stuff that you have to add that you don't realize for it to actually make sense.
Devil's in the details.
How many times have you actually read your treatment now? Do you actually go back and read it afresh, or do you leave it, say, a few weeks and then go back to it, or how does it work?
Well, it takes ages to read. So I've kind of reread bits of it when I've had to go back and either rewrite a bit because I've forgotten something, or I need to research something I've already written and make sure I get it right. So I haven't sort of sat and read through the whole thing. Chunks of it I've read through. But every time I do that, I end up just sitting there going, right, this needs to be rewritten. This conversation needs to be reworked. Oh, that word needs to be changed to that. And before you know it, like a whole day's gone by when you should have been adding to the story rather than refining what you've already done. So I try not to. I try to just put the idea, like get the ideas down. And at the end, then I can go back and read through it and then, shape it up. But at the moment, I think it's important for me to just try and get all the ideas down first until the end of the story. Otherwise, it's just going to take forever.
Krual Birab says, I remember sitting watching the first Harry Potter film. I spent more time making out with my partner at the time. She didn't seem to mind too much. Probably better than the film, to be fair, mate.
No, I haven't seen them. I only saw the first two, and that put me off.
I think I saw probably the first 30 minutes of the first one. I knew I was going to hate it, and I did. So I never watched any of the others.
Yeah, just watched the first two, and I thought, hang on a minute. I've seen all this before in Star Wars and Lord of the Rings.
Just, nah. No. Do you like Harry Potter, Connie?
What, to make out to, or just to watch generally?
Either.
Okay, I'm not allowed to watch it because of the witchcraft, but I hear it's quite good. No, it's got time travel in it. It's like, straight away, time travel. Which category is it in? So that is a specific episode, isn't it, where they get into the old timey-wimey stuff.
I didn't know there was time travel in it.
Yes, episode 6, I believe. Fact checkers out there. I don't know which one. See, classic me. I've got half the information, but definitely one of them. There's they're not going back in time and almost bumping into each other. But I think they do stick to option 2 out the Cockney 3 options when you go back in time, which is they stay in one timeline, even though there's more than one of them. But,
So by the nature of time travel, it didn't split them into a separate reality.
See, that's the whole thing. Generally, it doesn't have to in fiction, but it very often does. That's why I like 12 Monkeys so much, because it doesn't. Always stays in one universe, which brings its own paradoxes all on its own. If I do ever have any time travel in the story that I'm writing, one universe. Just separate two things. I'll have separate universes without the time travel, or time travel with the one universe. But I don't like mixing the two. Separate them off. Separate them. That's just me, though, isn't it?
Yeah, because if it's a separate universe, then it kind of makes everything inconsequential, doesn't it?
If you go back in time and it's just one universe, and that means that you've always gone back, but it doesn't mean that you haven't caused it. It's ironically enough, it's you that caused World War One. That's right. It's all your fault. Swap shop. What, me? That's right. You've always gone back. You always started World War One, or whatever.
Corral Birab says apparently Emma Watson is not taking on new projects.
Oh, she's she's too busy partnering herself, isn't she?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Partnering.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Sometimes
Is
I just
that another
feel like
word for being cis?
I don't understand what cis means. Please explain.
That's another word for self-partnering.
All right, because doesn't Shatner go mental when people call him cis?
It means on the same side as, I think.
Just means you're on your Jack Jones, doesn't it? Or doesn't it?
No, I don't think so. I think it means. I looked at the definition of it a little while back, and it means something like you're on the same side as a certain group or type of.
Does it?
Something like that. Yeah.
Shit. Oh, I've got it completely wrong then. I had it down as something completely different. Oh, well, at least I know what a stan is. Thanks to problem being the other day. Getting in there first. A stan. What about a cis stan? Can you be a cis stan? That sounds like a town that might inadvertently start World War III.
Sounds
I'm sure that'll be the next thing.
President Hair Sniffer has moved troops into cis stan. William Shatner is not pleased.
That's where the water accumulates in the loo, isn't it?
Oh, Sistan. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. Where are you hiding them? In your Sistan.
MC says, I've been self-partnering for years. My hands are sore now. Same here, mate.
There you go. How is it for you, Hans?
Same here. There's a lot of single people. Not good.
Exactly. You hear me?
Shower drain.
You hear me, Jessica? Get yourself over. COVID restrictions may apply.
What about Savick?
No, I like to keep that one platonic. She's far too dominant for me. Couldn't handle her. You hear me, Savick? No way. You're very beautiful, but you're far too smart for me.
Is she not married?
She told me not to tell you. Yes, very much so. Happily.
She is married. Right.
Yep, definitely. Yep, got a very big husband. In the Bath and SS.
Is he built like a brick shithouse?
Yeah, apparently so. Yep. Hans Olo, I think he's called. Guten Tag, Hans. Wie geht es Ihnen? Who is this Brown? I hear so much of this, Herr Brown.
Indeed. Mega Geek, you back?
Yeah, sorry about that. Had to deal with something.
Family stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Cockney's gone.
I wonder if he's dropped off. Or have we pissed him off?
Well, what did you say to him?
Nothing yet. Oh, he's back. I think he dropped off. Bear with me. We're going to stop this one at an hour because I've been streaming today. So just bear with me. Courtney, you back? You dropped off, mate.
No clue what is going on. NSA, CIA interference is presumed at this stage.
Is that why you dropped off?
Yeah, I can only assume that to be the case. Yep. Nothing I did. I'm perfect today.
Are you going to be around tomorrow for Commander?
Oh, tomorrow is it? Oh,
that's Friday.
Friday.
That's Friday. Lunchtime here.
Mix of seriousness and bollocks. Wow, maybe. Don't know. Whose channel is he going to come on mine?
He can if you want.
Yeah, I think
can
so,
if you want.
Since we're doing today on yours now. Yeah, get him on mine. Then I'll ask the questions here.
Because normally what happens is I wake up, check my email, and if he's emailed, I sort it out. So I'll just forward it on to you, yeah.
All right. So your homework is basically behind the scenes political maneuverings by Queen Victoria and Benjamin Disraeli, circa 1863 to 1879. All right, we're going to go right on.
All right, I'll try and remember that one then. I'll try and remember that.
Yeah. She didn't even know that it was going to invade South Africa. That was before it was South Africa. Anyway.
Wow.
Bloody Lord Chelmsford. He's a bit previous, wasn't he? Anywho.
Who's he?
He was the one that decided to
educate me.
He's the one that took it upon himself to invade Zululand without getting so much as a by-your leave by herself, Queen Victoria, thus causing the directly and indirectly the disaster, at least for the British Army, in Isandlwana, but overshadowed by the narrow victory at Rorke's Drift a few hours later that day.
Are you an expert on all that?
Not yet, but I'm getting there. I've got my little barn in the post the other day, or the little hospital. It's got a thatched roof and everything. So as available in my latest video, Damn Rankers, volume 27.
Yeah, I saw that. I've not watched it yet.
Well, I thought about Mega Geek and I've got a problem being on the brain, clearly. What's the other one called? Swap Shop. Anyway. And,
yeah, it's mad.
And basically, Swap Shop's writing a script there. Mega Geek, he's making films. When he's not making films, he's doing corporate films. Still filming stuff, isn't he? Even if it's not literally with film.
He's
and
working.
Brown,
I'm just tossing it off.
And you're, you're working on that shopping list trilogy. So I just thought, well, I should get stuck in, put my money where my mouth is, or my keyboard where my money is, or something like that. And so on the one end, I'm writing a script, and on the other end, I'm making the movie. So I've got a movie without a script and a script without a movie. But, keeps me out of trouble, or does it?
Well, you can make movies on your phone now.
Well, I do. That's the thing. I've got a dolly and everything. How do you do that? Find out next week on Behind the Scenes, Lo-Fi Dolly. Clue, it was a skateboard.
Just as good.
See? Mega Geek will tell you. Skateboard dolly. So I'm not saying it's going to be a good film, but then, cop that you're always moaning about blah, blah, blah films. Well, Matt, why don't you make your own film? Well, I have actually. It's called Damn Rankers, and it's available on YouTube now.
Do you know what? It seems these days that people want to watch just someone in their bedroom talking crap than feature films these days. Some of those people, some could get millions and millions watching them. It's crazy.
Isn't that good? Yeah, I know, and everybody seems to want to watch stuff that's no longer than, say, 5 minutes long in duration.
Well, that's the impression we get, right? But everybody's, you don't know what to believe these days because Netflix is hiding all their numbers, aren't they? So you don't know whether they've been paid to say that, say, for instance, News of the World is number one, UK's number one, because they usually put, don't they, UK's number one, and they have the countdown of what people are watching, but they don't give out their numbers, so they might be lying. I guess, the person that created News of the World might give them some money and say, look, make it number one, hoping that people watch it because it's number one.
Netflix are basically like a hard-to-get girl at a 1987 house party, not giving out the numbers.
Yeah. But as I said, we're living in a world where nobody accepts facts anymore, or nobody strives to find facts anymore. Everybody just is going around making up their own reality, and it really doesn't make any sense. Then again, I'm old school, I prefer facts personally. But no, you can't call me a male. I'm a binary blah 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 now. It's like, it's stupid. No, you're not. You're a male because you were born a male. That's a fact. People just don't accept facts anymore. As I said, it's the world's gone crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I just don't get it. I can't understand the logic behind it. Maybe I'm just not intelligent enough, but I just think it's fucking bullshit. I don't understand the thinking behind it.
No, I don't understand how they got the power in the first place to basically disrupt, the way the entertainment world and the way most people think. I don't understand how they got the power in the first place. How did they do that? I want to know. So that's the mystery behind it, isn't it?
Yeah.
How did Kathleen Kennedy get all that power?
Mm-hmm.
That's a real mystery box, an
there'll be
actual mystery box.
There'll be like a documentary or something, or someone will come out and tell the story some day down the line about what was actually going on behind the scenes.
Well, the one thing's for sure, right? They are really the ones in the wrong, and they just don't want to hear it. They're teaching this stupid thing in schools and colleges and stuff, and they're trying to make people grow up to believe that this is the case, but it's not the case. So I don't know. They're breeding a bunch of people that don't want to accept reality.
It's like all villains, isn't it? All good villains. They always see themselves as the righteous ones, and they're never aware of what they're doing is wrong.
That is true. But sometimes you do get people that recognize that they're wrong. Like, as I said, like Schindler from Schindler's List. Yeah, he was a German, but he protected all those Jews. You do get them. It's just obviously, Gina Carano, I guess. Again.
Yeah.
So
you've got to have a solid moral center, haven't you, really, to figure it out?
Yeah, you do. I mean, as I said, I don't understand why the powerful in Hollywood are not standing up to
that is
to fight against this. Yeah, fight against. I mean, everybody knows that Tom Hanks has moved from Hollywood to Spain. I think he lives in Spain now, doesn't he?
All right.
Greece, I think it was.
Is it Greece? Yeah, sorry, I said corrected. But the question is why? You see, that's the question. Why did he do that?
Question.
There was a lot of people leaving Hollywood a few months back, as I recall.
Yeah, but
Rats
why?
leaving a sinking ship.
Used to be called Hollywood Land.
It could be a reason why no one's saying anything, I think, because they've got so much to lose. They've got all this accumulated wealth and sort of perceived power, and they know they could just lose it in the blink of an eye if they say the wrong thing. You just look at Gina Carano; she was just gone from Hollywood in a heartbeat. So if that can happen to a relatively low-level actor, then what could it do to high-level bosses and producers and the people that are all networked in? The whole infrastructure of Hollywood could just vanish overnight if people have got dirt on them or some kind of leverage. I think there's this fear that they could all lose something. If it's like one Jenga piece was taken out of the tower, then it could all come down. I think that might be what's going on.
Thing is, though, how could they lose something when they have power themselves? As I said, they must have some dirt on Spielberg, because if they don't have dirt on Spielberg, what has he got to lose? His best work is behind him. He's a billionaire. What can they do to him?
Yeah, I don't think necessarily he's got anything worth losing. But I mean, just think about the most successful popular IP on the planet, or something even as successful as Harry Potter, with million upon million upon million of child fans and adult fans as well. Empire built around it, numerous theme parks and rides and bits of merchandise and media are all based on it, and people's livelihoods based on it. Publishing houses that exist on the revenue they get from selling the books. If it turned out that if it came out that J.K. Rowling was a devil worshipper or something, and she'd like sacrifice kids, I don't know what, making stuff up, then the whole thing would be just crumble down and be gone overnight almost, and everyone would just be burning all their stuff and desperately trying to forget the whole thing. So things can just be completely dissolved overnight, practically. So if something like that is at play in Hollywood, which I wouldn't be surprised if it was, from what stuff I've heard
and watched,
I can see why a lot of people would be very nervous and wouldn't say anything.
Well, going by that logic, what it really means then, I guess, as a guess, it means that all these people that we've admired have not been nice people.
Above board.
We have to tell.
Yeah.
How can we truly be sure?
Yeah, because if they were, they'd be standing up against this nonsense.
Exactly. Yeah. The righteous would stand up to defend the righteous, and no one stood up to defend Gina Carano. I think some people might have said, "Oh, well, I didn't know about it until like 2 days later, and by then it was too late." That's kind of their excuse. I'm expecting Bill Burr to have taken on the idea of being. He'll probably say, "Oh, I didn't hear about it until it had all blown over, and I decided to save up all my vitriol for my Lex live show, where I'm going to have as much attention from everyone as possible, and put that into a marketable program that's going to be shared and talked about.
Vitriol for sale on the 1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, I don't know. Why didn't he say anything? That's the question.
He kind of said something on one of his
but
podcasts.
kind of, and saying something is two different things.
Yeah, I know.
And so he's in other words, he's scared as well as Dave Chappelle and the rest of them. What do these people have on them? You know what I mean? Dave Chappelle, right? He basically just ignored everybody and did a show from his garden or wherever it was, and that was a huge hit on Netflix. So what has he got to lose since he's been against the actual establishment himself? These are the questions that need to be answered, really. Let's face it.
All right, there, Netflix. You look nice. What's your number? Oh, I'm not going to tell you. Oh, come on, Netflix. Fuck off.
MC says, watch Mark. Is it Passio's Natural Law Seminar? Never heard of it.
Yeah, apparently it's very good. Mark Passio, his name is. Yeah, he's got a few videos on YouTube.
Mark Passio.
Yeah. What does he talk about?
Digital watches.
Oh Christ! Yeah,
that's Casio.
Where do I start?
Sorry, my bad.
I don't know really. I need Mark. I need MC on here to give you a brief rundown of it. Really, he's the expert on it.
Well, what does he talk about? Just briefly.
Yeah, MC. What does he talk about, mate? Just let us know in the chat if you can.
Yeah,
he does a lot of videos about the art of pricing things, summing things up briefly.
He'll probably encompass it in just like a few sentences.
His latest talk, Brevity, the soul of
what? Of Hollywood.
Wit.
Yeah.
Brilliant comedy. It's all about.
There was some, in Barry.
Timing, hooray!
There was some, the scene where is it the Sarah character? Is it Sarah, the woman?
Yeah.
She gets the lead, doesn't she? In a 3 women kind of.
She what? She has an electrical lead.
She gets one of the lead parts.
She's got part of a lead.
Is it?
She's holding a cable. What?
The lead role in a
She's put a lead for a role. You're not supposed to do that. No wonder she's having problems. Oh, blimey. You use a knife like normal people.
Help me out, Mega Geek, because you've seen it. You know where she's in the casting office with the hot shots, and then she basically tells them to stick it.
Well, no, basically the guy says to her, you'll get the job if you sleep with me. And then there's this a couple of seconds silence, and he says, I'm only joking, and they both laugh. And then basically the next day the agent drops her.
That was series 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, series 1. Yeah, that was Sarah.
Series 2.
Oh, I thought you were talking about series 1.
Series 2 where
they all surround her at the ending, you mean? All the people surround her saying that they like her truth and all that nonsense.
Yeah, and then she gets offered a part.
Yeah.
In this. Yeah.
Yeah, but she basically betrayed herself because instead of telling the truth, she kind of went with everything that she despised, and that was the reflection of Hollywood. Now you can have a good person that enters into the cesspool. Yeah, you have this good person that enters into the cesspool. And it depends on how strong that person is, whether they'll get sucked in or not. And it looks like Sarah's going to get sucked in at the end of that season. So yeah, that's what it was really saying. So there you go.
We are desperate for season 3. Yes.
Wow, should have been shot ages ago, but because of
I know
the bear bug.
I know.
But I love the ending though when he comes in and he goes, Fuchs! Where the fuck are you, Fuchs? He kills everybody. I love the bit where Fuchs tries to kick the door and he hurts his leg.
The adventures of the electrician, what she won't do for a lead.
Well, I mean, as I said, it's the thing about Barry is that on the surface it looks like a comedy, but when you look deeper, it has all these questions and answers and stuff in it, which I find fascinating about something like that. So I recommend Barry season 1 and 2 if you ever get the chance to watch it. So that's the thing. That's the thing that inspires me to write when I watch shows like that.
Yeah, I saw a clip last night, and it was the bit where they're on the rooftop, and his girlfriend's in the house on a chat.
Yeah.
And he runs outside to the roof because they're trying to shoot him, aren't they? With
Yeah.
And it's a great great sequence, but at the end, it's really tense because it's just like a standoff. He's holding him with his gun, isn't he? He's going to shoot him. The guy's like, "Go ahead, do it. I haven't got anything to live for anyway." Good as dead or whatever he says, and then he just goes, "Oh, I can't do it." And then they sort of agree to come to an arrangement.
Yeah.
And then like randomly just start, him and his mate who's been shot through the shoulder just start dancing around. I couldn't figure out what was going on.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you watch season 1, it explains the relationship between Hank and Barry.
Yeah.
But Hank makes me laugh. There's this one scene, a little bit of a spoiler here, where the villains captures Fuchs and Barry's tied to a chair. And they say, if you don't do this job, Barry, we're going to kill Fuchs. And so Barry's like, he agrees at the end. And Barry says, look, if you do anything to Fuchs, I'll kill every one of you. And then Hank goes, oh, isn't that nice? He cares about Fuchs. Instead of going, you bastard, you think you don't threaten me. He just kind of thinks it's really sweet that he cares about Fuchs. So, I mean, that's the kind of humor that you get. I mean, obviously, I'm saying it wrong, but the way it's portrayed in the show is 10 times better than the way I'm saying it. So, but as I said, I recommend Barry. If anybody's watching, all 5 of you, if you're watching,
7,
is it? yeah, I recommend Barry. Watch Barry, because Barry's one of those shows that creeped under the radar.
Agreed.
That nobody kind of talks about. But Barry's such a great show. It's just, I can't say any. It's the same thing with Psych as well. Psych is a wonderful show. I mean, it's like 8 seasons. It stopped at 8, I think. For years and years, it's been out. Huge success, underground, under the radar. Great show, funny as hell. Yet nobody's heard of it. Apart from the fans, of course.
I watched Psych when I was in the States a couple of years ago with the family I was with.
Yeah.
And my friend Jeannie, she was really into it, and her husband got her the entire series, the back catalogue.
Yeah.
We're just watching like 2 episodes a day, every single day, the whole time I was there. It was great.
Yeah, it's funny. I love shows that make me laugh out loud. As I said, it's a rarity that you watch a show and it makes you laugh out loud. I mean, Resident Alien is one of the shows that makes me laugh out loud. As I said, it's just today's humor is just, I don't know.
There isn't any.
Yeah, I mean, Mrs. Brown's Boys. Oh my God, what's that all about?
No relation.
yeah.
Mr. Brown's Boys. That should be the title when you're live.
I don't get that program at all.
It's terrible. That's BBC humor. Awful. A grown man dressed as an old woman. Well, I thought that went out with the 70s. It's just awful. I mean, what is the latest sitcom that the BBC's coughed up? I don't watch the BBC.
Apparently, they've cut their comedy bill. They don't make sitcoms anymore effectively.
Well, not Lee Evans, Leah Max sitcom was it was quite fun. That was quite a lot of fun. I kind of was interested in there. Yeah, but he they have a joke every 5 minutes in that one. So yeah, that was quite good. I think that was the last sitcom I watched on the BBC.
Yeah, Not Going Out was really good.
Yeah, if I watch sitcoms now, they're old ones like Porridge or Only Fools and Horses, and when they were great,
Yeah, we watch Dad's Army on a Saturday night on BBC Two.
That's a show I never got into. Dad's Army.
Really, it's really good.
Got into it. Yeah. Well, I mean, so I've been told.
Yeah, I really like the movie, the TV movie they made.
All right. I've never seen an episode at all.
You should give it a go. It's really good.
Yeah.
You do get
it is really good.
Yeah, it really is.
Isn't that right, Mr. Mannering?
They don't like it up 'em.
They don't like it up 'em.
You know what, right? I got to admit, right? I didn't like it at first, but I did like Keeping Up Appearances. Like, I kind of got used to it.
Oh, I never
thought it was really funny. Yeah. You never got into that one, no?
No, never. No, I just couldn't. It was mega popular in the 90s.
It was. Yeah. I remember it. Yeah, I watched it.
I couldn't not.
Hyacinth.
It's kind of like One Foot in the Grave as well. I kind of Some of that I found okay, but most of it I was kind of, it didn't make me properly laugh. Like Resident Alien, this week's Resident Alien, I was genuinely laughing out loud earlier on when I was watching it.
All right.
And not only was I genuinely laughing out loud, but I was also, my eyes were a bit moist at the end of the episode, I have to admit.
Look forward to seeing it.
Yeah, it got me in quite a few ways, that show.
So I'm saying there are good shows out there if you look. You know what I mean? There are some really good shows out there. As I said, Psych's one of them. Resident Alien's another. Barry's another. You know, as I said, those ones creep under the radar. They really do. There isn't anything good on anymore.
Yeah, Barry is definitely under the radar. Nobody has heard of it. There is a small little hardcore group on YouTube who have been singing its praises.
Yeah.
When
I was at work, one of the employees saw Bad Day. I was really surprised. I was like, "So it's you then? You saw it?" but yeah, I mean,
on 1/11/11.
He was lavishing praise on it. I was like, I felt really good today. I was like, wow, thank you, sir. So it does happen. Things do creep under the radar.
It's all right, mate. I enjoyed it. For the budget you had, you did very well, mate.
What was I going to say? There was Doctor Who news this week, wasn't it? Or was it last week? I can't remember. Was it last week? Was it last week?
I don't know, mate, because I'm not kidding you. There was a few days last week I woke up, I didn't even know
what was the news. I can't remember. It was something stupid. I can't remember. I was going to say something. I just got right out of my mind.
Here you go, MC. Mark Passio is an occultist who believes that the human race is enslaved by governments who have a agenda to enslave us by brainwashing us by divide and conquer techniques.
Sounds about right.
Going back to that video we've watched.
I do recommend checking him out.
Oh dear, it sounds like who's that other guy that thinks we're all lizards or something? Who's that guy?
David Icke.
That's it, David Icke.
Well, he suspects some of the government and some celebrities are lizard people. Yeah.
Matt sounds like David Icke.
Oh, great! Thanks.
No, is he? Does he wear like glasses and he can see them?
He's got the They Live sunglasses on. Yeah,
has he got that?
Almost like being a replicant. Are you a lizard? You have to have a lizard testing machine.
Here comes the Blade Runner.
It's almost the same thing. Replicant, lizard. I mean, basically, are you a human or are you the other thing?
At 1:13, Blade Runner.
Yes, the lizard runner. So that's the sequel to the sequel, Lizard Runner. You got a lizard test.
Well, there's the whole Fall of the Cabal documentary where it talks about the secret, cabal of celebrities and government officials and whatever that all get together to feed off adrenochrome, which is a chemical produced by fear in the human brain.
Pineal gland.
Careful, kind of what you say, because of the algorithm.
Yeah. And it said that there's a race of beings that exist on this planet that can disguise themselves for our benefit and their benefit, are reptilian, and some of them are in celebrity circles, and they get together and perform these rituals and whatever.
It's like fucking V.
Yeah, well, I know where V got the idea from, and
there's one of them a doctor that lives in a small town in Colorado.
But the reptilian people in Doctor Who, I think, from that original concept as well.
Okay.
They are not well. There's a race called Draco who are like extraterrestrial, but these are terrestrial and they've been on Earth longer than humans, basically. But the whole underground civilization, and they've permeated society, but they can mask themselves. And there's videos online of certain celebrities that have been caught in interviews when their eyes are blinking, their eyes
like a replicant.
but the eyes turn into lizard slits, like cat-like eyes.
So who are the celebrities then that happened to?
The most recent one I saw was Miley Cyrus.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
that's understandable. To be fair,
yeah, there's quite a few. You can probably just Google it and come up with a list. But the
Miley constrictor to her mate.
The video, I thought, whoa, shit, that was incredible, like totally convincing. I mean, I guess there's always a possibility it could have been manipulated.
CGI,
CGI. But it looked pretty damn real to me. And I thought, why would somebody manipulate this? It's like you could a lot of the times, especially because the video is zoomed in to like get more of the detail. You can kind of make out when something's been CGI'd or manipulated, and
not these days.
It generally looked like it was part of the original video.
Don't break my eggs, my reptile.
Why would people lie and say that they're from the future and they travel back in time, but yet people do, for a laugh? So it is possible that these people could saying is crap, yeah. And also CGI is so if it's done well, it's so flawless that you can't really tell whether it's CGI or not. It depends on how somebody does it. So it is possible that they can do that. See, this is the thing. You see, nobody knows the truth anymore because we're covered in lies, and the truth is just the lies is hiding in plain sight. Maybe the truth
MC says when we vote, there is no real choice. We only vote for a noose.
You think?
Correct. Yeah.
That's why I've never voted in my life. So there you go.
Spoil your ballot party.
So what you're saying is don't
just
vote.
write bollocks on it. Scrunch it up.
It's pointless. Why would anyone vote for anyone? It's pointless because no matter what you do, it's going to be rigged anyway. So and also, even if it isn't rigged, who are you going to vote for? The twat on the left, the twat in the middle, or the twat on the right? Do you know what I mean? So they're all corrupt. So what's the point of voting? All you can pray for is that whoever gets in there makes life more palatable for you, or makes life just palatable for you, if you know what I mean. And you just move on. So there you go.
I think I would only vote for one person at the moment, and that's Sir Charles Walker. He's been
nice segue.
Yeah, he did another video. I don't know if you saw it, Cockney. Again, laying fuck into Boris Johnson.
I did not.
Yeah, it was a couple of days ago. The guy's a man of the people.
Man of the people. Anyone that has power, I don't trust them, seriously. I really don't. And I don't know. It's really rare that you have someone that really goes out the way to help people. Even on YouTube, you got people saying, I'll teach you how to become a film director. Walker. You just give me some money. Do you know what I mean? Nobody does anything for free anymore. I don't know. I don't know.
Cruel Birab says, as I said to a pal tonight, we live in a world where nothing is as it seems.
Nothing is as it seems. That's a good viewpoint to take. We're not sure what's going on, but whatever it is, it's
Cockney is a replicant. Cockney is a replicant.
I am
pissed off with me.
That's why
he's a replicant.
Exactly, I am. I totally am.
He dreamt about a unicorn last night.
I did. You were in it, riding it. It's brilliant.
Did I stop anyone with the horn?
you were. Well, I can't say it's even though it's an adult program. Too far.
Cruel Birab. Jordan Peterson once said, "Don't trust people who are too helpful."
Well, makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Although you can help someone, and then they just, for no apparent reason, they just basically help themselves, or don't appreciate what you've done to them. You can do that as well.
For them, yeah. Give them the intel, take them out. All right.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Because that's happened to me a few times, and I keep thinking to myself, what have I done wrong, or am I an idiot?
It's a weird universal lesson, isn't it? I guess you got to pick who you're nice to, not the sociopaths, basically.
It's crazy.
You got to spot what it is. You got to spot the sociopath.
It really is crazy.
Next week's show, spot the sociopath. But,
welcome to my world, mate.
Beware the friendly stranger.
And also, right, another thing I noticed as well is that when I've made a feature film and we have a rap party or something like that, I always realize that I'm always the last one to leave the rap party. I'm not cool at all. I'm always the last one. It's like when you're playing football and you're the last one who gets picked. Oh, I'll have Diaz then. You know what I mean? Feels like that. Feels like you haven't got anywhere to go. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's winning when you're the last to leave the party. That means you rock and roll. I'm the last.
No, it doesn't. No, it means
it
means that.
That's
no,
me.
I think it's sad because it means that
depends.
Your rap party, did you say?
If the penultimate
rap parties
person,
in general.
If the penultimate person to leave is a hot young goth in a leather jacket with a slightly bad attitude and some good tattoos, job's the winner. We're leaving together, darling. Let's go. What?
But you always end up with the runners and the that's what I'm saying. It's kind of sad, really.
A sharp spark for Cockney. What? Where's your hard spot? Get your caught, love you pulled. It's a classic line. Never fails. Never. I'm telling you.
Just
get your shoes, Brie. You pulled.
Quickly going back to the Cabal thing.
Yeah, speaking of Brie Larson.
This is for Matt. You know the kind of Pizzagate thing where they were doing naughty stuff.
Yeah.
You know Spielberg, Temple of Doom.
And a pizza.
That was all children's sacrifice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a message in there?
Yeah.
And they
don't whip children
up top.
If you look back over the history of cinema and TV, I'm sure you could see so many things. If you went back and really studied it, there's probably loads of messaging going on.
Yeah, I thought that straight away.
Well, I love Temple of Doom. I thought Temple of Doom was really good, in my opinion.
It'd never get made now.
No, it'd never get made now. Kids getting whipped. Crazy, right?
Yeah. People getting their hearts torn out. Disney only now. Disney never released anything like that.
No, Disney's
Sklatko
evil.
says, so we're having a new exozone.
Oh, we could.
What's an exozone?
Well, technically, that's what Gary and Doomcock do, isn't it? I think they do it on a Thursday night, all the kind of weird conspiracy stuff and UFOs. And
another idea that we did first. I mean, in this case, we did it second, but that's some real Tenet shit. We went back to the future, then we did it first, and then they travelled back in time, did it before us. Yep. Weird stuff on the show now. How did that happen? Don't mention the pyramids.
Don't you guys feel scared though? Like I was thinking about this a couple of days ago. I was thinking, what if, there was such thing as God and there was hell and heaven and whatever, wouldn't that be scary? Because that means that we're all doomed.
Nice way.
You know what I mean? So
it's not too late to repent, Mega Geek.
Yeah, I guess.
If it's the devil, heaven, and hell as we perceive it, we're doomed. Yeah, but I very much doubt it is. It's like time. It's a human construct.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to believe. I do believe in God, but not the way my Christian faith. Well, I don't know. I'm in two minds of the whole thing, but I hope he does exist and there's ultimate justice. That's what I hope.
Well, he's not doing a very good job at the moment.
No, in fact, he's doing a bloody great job. In fact, I think if there is such
Brown
thing as
critiquing God at 123.35.
Why is it?
Why done a better job?
Why is he doing a good job? Well, he's not caged us. He's not told us what to do. He's basically left us. No, he's left us to our own devices, isn't he? So it's up to us whether we want to love each other or beat each other up, or kill each other. So,
do you hear that, Jeff Bezos?
The best thing you can do is if you love something, you can set it free, and that's what he's did. He set us free.
Plus, I gave the Earth 3 regions for Blu-ray players.
That's right. Three regions: Region A, Region B,
and Region C. Jeff Bezos.
There you go.
You tight cunt.
There you go.
It's a sea of hell for all eternity for you, Jeff Bezos, for not recognising the Holy Trinity, the whole world of regions, not just the region you're in, you selfish wanker. Anyway, I've said enough. But there are 3 regions.
We live in a
fallen world, but there's always look on the bright side of
Bob
life.
Hope.
Yep.
Bob Hope.
Well, where there's
no
life,
hope
there's
Bob
cake.
Hope.
Where there's cake, there's hope.
No hope.
No
it's
hope.
Not over yet.
No, just
MC,
saying, if there is such thing, if there's no such thing as God, then what is this all for? That's the question, isn't it? Why are we all trying to be good? And where you could just be like the Joker and be insane. That's the thing.
well, is there a God for animals?
There's a God for
I
everything.
don't know.
Do animals believe in
There's a God
God?
for every single particle in existence.
Does my cat believe in God?
Remember the universe started with the three crystals, isn't it? And
The time stone.
Thanos stole them. Yeah,
The reality stone.
Nice.
The other one.
Yeah,
Nice.
Nothing to do with the Big Bang.
no. Well, actually, the Big Bang created the stones, didn't they? According to Doctor Strange. So
Actually,
Did God exist before the Big Bang?
I have no idea. They didn't mention him, did they?
Now, speaking of writing, one of the main villain groups in my upcoming story is Atheist State. They're a group of bad guys. Yeah, they're ultimate super uber fundamentalist atheist group. They're basically going around going, we believe there is no God, and then they do terrorism in the name of no God. Yep, Atheist State. What a great villain that is. Don't you think? Brilliant idea. Thanks, Lee. You're welcome.
Great.
But I mean, from there was it's really funny how they portray God on TV and on films, aren't they? So, I mean, how many times have they portrayed God? So Morgan Freeman played him in 2 films. George Burns played him in 3 films.
Specifically in the in the more period drama, you could say that I'm doing. There's the Atheist State of England and Scotland, also known as ACES. Arses?
It was
Atheist
in the Simpsons
State of England and Scotland.
Yeah, he's in the Simpsons.
What?
He's in the Simpsons,
God.
as well. And where else is he in?
Morgan Freeman, everything.
Yeah, mentioned that. Yeah, mentioned
in
that.
hindsight, he was.
Was he in the Charlton Heston Moses film?
Where he was just a burning bush,
Carlton?
wasn't he? It was just
In
a
fact,
burning bush in
Carlton
that
Heston.
one.
Yeah, Bush didn't like that.
Carlton Heston. Yeah.
Charlton Heston. And he was in the Bible, the film called The Bible, but it was just a voice.
Dogma.
Yep. Played by who's the singer that played God?
Isn't it ironic?
Matt?
The one that doesn't know what the word ironic means.
Wasn't
it?
Yeah,
that's it.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Unlike your song "Ironic," which has no examples of irony in it at all, in it.
Self-ironic.
Which is in itself ironic. The song is ironic. Exactly. He gets it. The song "Ironic" is ironic, if only because there are absolutely no examples of irony in the song "Ironic," which is in itself, as Swap Shop's just confirmed, is ironic. Don't you think?
Dog is God backwards.
Wow. So does your cat believe in dog?
There's a lot of people that play the devil as well on film as well, aren't they?
Liz Hurley.
Al Pacino played Liz Hurley. Al Pacino.
Liz Hurley, come on now.
She's probably the best looking devil so far.
Tim Curry, was it Tim Curry?
Tim Curry played the devil, yeah, of course.
Tim Curry, yep. Tim Chicken Tikka Masala.
Tom Ellis played the devil.
Lamb Korma.
Lucifer.
Onion Bargy.
Who else played the devil?
Mango Lassie. Lassie
Robert
come
De Niro.
home.
What's that?
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. Oh, of course, in Angel Heart, yes.
Louis Cypher.
Yeah.
Some say the egg is the symbol of the soul. Is that right, Mr. Cypher?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Good film. Nice twist ending.
Yes, very good twist ending. I don't know who else played the devil on screen.
Brad Pitt.
Could you call Kaiser Soze the devil? No, he wasn't the devil. Brad Pitt played Death. He didn't play the devil. He played Death. In Meet Joe Black, he played Death. Yeah.
About Jesus of Montreal, was the devil in that one?
I don't know. I've never seen it. Is it any good?
I saw it once. Quite obscure. I've got it here somewhere. I'll have to check it out.
I know who played the devil. Donald Pleasance played the devil in The Greatest Story Ever Told.
Oh.
Yeah,
he didn't play the devil in THX 1138.
No, he didn't.
But he was.
Yeah, he played the devil. Yeah, a lot of actors played the devil and stuff. Yeah, interesting.
I think Arthur C. Clarke got the whole concept of God perfectly right in 2001, and Kubrick as a director as well, where it's this unknowable, unseeable entity that acts in ways that we can't comprehend.
Right.
and it's sort of
Entity at 1:30.
you don't know if this thing or this being is the ultimate intelligence or not, because there's always something bigger and higher.
Mm.
And
What does God need with a starship?
Exactly. That was a good film in that respect. You know, you can always like find out who the creator was or who your creator was, and then get to know them and go, yeah, but who created
Advocate? That was what's his name? Was
Devil's Advocate? Yeah, Al Pacino,
I thought it was the Devil's Avocado.
You know, also, I like that episode of Red Dwarf with the Inquisitor.
Gabriel
Bryan.
Bryan.
And I think that maybe that's probably how they will judge us in the end. We'll just, because we know everything that we've done bad, and we will just send ourselves to the place we think we deserve. Because you can't lie to yourself, can you? And it's just like the episode in Red Dwarf where the Inquisitor made them argue in themselves and ultimately come to their own conclusion. So that's kind of ultimate justice, let's face it. So maybe it's like that when you die. Who knows?
I don't think I'll be around to know, though.
Well, as I said, if you believe in an eternal soul, then maybe you will be around. Who knows? It's a huge question.
Says 42. we are all God.
We may be.
MC, you are correct.
Who's the guy that played God in what's that show with the Winchesters? The boys. No, the show. What's it called? It was on for ages. It went to like 9 seasons.
Supernatural.
Yeah. Who was the guy that played God in that
Supernatural.
one? I can't remember.
Could not tell you.
Have you not? Did you not watch Supernatural?
Freeman.
I've only ever seen the Scooby-Doo episode, which was really good.
Right. But yeah. So
we've gotten away with
lots
making
of
a new
times.
religion too. If it wasn't for you, splitters. All we said was this meal's good enough for Jehovah. Blasphemer.
I still think the film "Oh God," it was made in the 70s, is very good. I thought it was very amusing.
George Burns as God
and John Denver. George Burns and John Denver. Very sweet movie. Yeah, very sweet movie. That actually, Bruce Almighty copied "Oh God" a lot. Actually, so he copied it quite a lot. So there you go. But Morgan Freeman made a good God. Let's face it. He's got the voice of God.
It does. It makes
Did
me
you
think,
see it?
I think, and Alanis Morissette.
Yeah. Well, she didn't say anything.
Somebody,
Did I see what?
Did you see Morgan Freeman as God in the film? Or
yeah, you do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Bruce Almighty. Yeah, Bruce Almighty. Because like in Oh God, right, John Denver is told to go to this building that has 21 floors and he needs to go to the 22nd floor. And when he goes there, the whole room is white and it's just like, the little box that Charlie's Angels have where Charlie's voice comes out. Yeah. It's just a desk with that voice box, and God talks to him through that. And in Bruce Almighty, it's the same thing. He goes to this building and he has to go to a Pacific floor, and then he meets Morgan Freeman. So it's kind of like a copy, but with more
Copyright.
What's his name? Yeah, so
legal
it's kind of a copy. Yeah, it's kind of a copy, really.
Copy of a copy.
Sklavko says Gabriel Wolf was the voice of the beast in Satan and the Pit. Doctor Who.
Yeah, yes, he was.
Doctor Who,
but we wasn't sure whether he was really Satan. That was the thing.
But he was definitely the Pit.
Yeah.
Did you remember what the Doctor Who news was last week?
I can't remember now. Was it
anything important?
Jodie Whittaker has been banned to her own universe.
yeah. I can't remember, but it was something interesting. But I can't even. I'm so old.
Has confirmed that he is going to be the next Doctor Who. Problem being not available for comment.
Do you honestly think he'll make a good Doctor Who, Cockney?
Yes, because I've thought about the counter argument, and the best counter argument that Problem being, who I generally respect, was basically that he hasn't got the range, but he has got the range because he acts all tough in the Shamanic Council episodes of The Mighty Boosh. You look at that and tell me he hasn't got the range. Oh, we've all been to the Crunch. We can all go as tourists. Oh, you think you're good? I'm pretty good. So he's got the range. I'm telling you, he's got the range. AORD is Doctor Who. He's got the range.
Right.
If you had to pick an American to be Doctor Who, would you pick?
Richard AORD.
An American.
Yeah, well, Richard AORD.
An American.
Playing an American, playing a British.
An American.
To do
You
who?
understand the question.
Britney
Cockney.
Spears. Brilliant.
Britney Spears.
Yep.
Who would you cast? If you
I'm
had to
going to
cast an
time travel,
American,
bitch.
Matt? Hey, Matt, who would you
Because
cast?
I'm toxic.
Blank. I'm trying to think. I can't think of any specific. So it'd have to be someone who can play or who has played a Brit. I think really convincingly.
I know that bird that played Thelma in not Thelma and Louise in Scooby Doo. Bancinelli. You know the one swap shop. You know, Freaks and Geeks. Come on, fact checkers.
Cardellini, yeah.
Who?
Linda Cardellini.
Oh,
Linda
her
Cardellini.
played,
Yes, please.
yeah, she's quite sexy, actually.
Who was
There you
the
go. She'd
woman
be
who played
perfect as
Bridget
Doctor Who.
Jones?
Who played who?
Oh no,
Bridget
Sorry?
Jones.
Bridget, no.
She can.
What, the girl who played Bridget Jones?
Yeah, she can do a good English accent.
Yeah, she's good at English accent, but she wouldn't make a very good Doctor Who, though, would she?
I can't
I-
remember who it is.
You know what
You
I
can't
think?
remember her name, can you?
No,
Not that good, is she?
no, sorry.
I think maybe I don't know. I think maybe Michael Caine would have made a good Doctor Who if he was younger. He might have made a good Doctor Who. Or you, Daleks.
My name is Doctor Who. You're supposed to blow the bloody Daleks off. The bloody Daleks.
He was in Zulu, you know. Do
I
not
think,
point
you know
that
what,
spear
sometimes-
at me.
Sometimes I wish I were a damned ranker like Hook or Hutch or Starsky or Brown.
No, you
Yes,
don't.
sir.
No,
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe Kevin Costner would have made a good Doctor Who.
No accent, no. Ah,
Yeah,
I'm
and he was
Robin
gonna say
Hood.
that,
Fuck
yeah.
off, Costner.
I don't know. You know, if you had to pick an older actor to play Doctor Who, an American, who's old and weird? Oh, I know who'd make the perfect.
What about
Doctor
Russell
Who.
Crowe?
No, I know who'd make the perfect Doctor Who. That was in his prime when he was in
Doctor
his
Do.
prime. Doctor Do is oh god, the name's gone out of my head now.
Old bastard.
Michael Fassbender.
No, the guy that was in Independence Day. Not Will Smith,
Oh
the
yeah,
other
Jeff
one.
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. He would have made
Yeah,
a great Doctor Who.
He would have, yeah.
I'd buy into that. He still
he
would.
have made a great Doctor
He still would. You've done it. That's it.
You know, if I had all the money in the world and I had to own the rights of Doctor Who, I would consider casting him because he's not old, but he's got the grey hair and he has that crazy thing about him, doesn't he? It's that crazy thing. So that he might make a really good Doctor.
I approve. Live.
Yeah. Jeff Goldblum.
It's a shame you couldn't ask him to do your fan film.
Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? But you know, trying to get to Jeff Goldblum is hard.
Got to get his
Very
name right
hard.
first. Dave Goldblum. Is that you,
Yeah,
Dave?
get his name
That's
right
his
first.
brother. Yeah. Sean Connery would have made a good Doctor Who. Then again, he's Scottish, so it would have been cool.
And he's
I reckon.
dead.
And he's dead, yeah.
David Tennant's Scottish, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Or maybe even Morgan Freeman. He might have made a good Doctor Who. Morgan Freeman.
Krual Birab agrees. Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum, he's the weird man. He's still kicking around, and he still looks good as well, apart from the grey hair. It looks great, you know. I'll tell you who else.
He could wear his polo neck.
Yeah, I'll tell you who else would make a really good Doctor in his prime would be Bill Murray. Bill Murray would have made a good Doctor, in my opinion. He would have been weird, but yeah, he would have made a good Doctor.
He'd be a good
I
Captain
reckon.
Jack.
Captain Jack, yeah, well, who knows? Oh, maybe even a Robin Williams when he was alive. He might have made a good Doctor.
They wouldn't. He couldn't even get into Star Trek. That bloke.
Yeah, I reckon he would have made a good Doctor. Who? Sorry, Matt.
Lloyd in the 80s, but then he was in,
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
you know, Doc Brown.
Doc Brown. Yeah, he was another doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time traveling doctor. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, if you wanted to go young, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. He might have made a good doctor.
I got her number. Yeah, but she's not Netflix.
I don't know. Arnold Schwarzenegger's Doctor Who. That'd be
Oh
interesting.
God, where's Trev?
Hey, get to the TARDIS. Get to the TARDIS.
Yeah. That would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Him and the TARDIS would be hilarious.
We'll have to get Trev to do that.
Sonic screwdriver.
The Daleks can't see me. What's that?
Peter Griffin out of Family Guy.
Oh, you know, I saw a video with this guy that actually looked like Peter Griffin, and he was at Comic-Con, and he did the voice and everything. A human Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video?
Trev was on about that today.
He looks exactly like Peter Griffin. It's crazy, isn't it?
Come on, Lois.
Absolutely crazy.
Sklavko says Prince Harry
would make a good doctor. No, Spike from when he was young, he would have made a good doctor, but now he looks a bit ropey now. But he would have made an interesting doctor. Also, Giles, the guy who played Giles, would have made a good doctor
Beckham
as well. No, Beckham, I don't like.
Can't
Beckham.
act.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Doctor of all tats. Nah, don't work for me.
Golden balls.
That work for me. Maybe even Keanu Reeves would have made a good doctor because he's kind of void of all emotion, isn't he? In every film that he's been in. So he would have been quite good, wouldn't he?
Tell you what, Alan Rickman would have been good.
Oh yes, of course, Alan Rickman. But then again, he's English. We're talking about American actors that would be doctor. But Alan Rickman would have killed it, mate. He would have killed it.
Or the Master.
Yes, definitely. I don't know. Maybe Bruce Willis. Welcome to the TARDIS, pal. It would have been great. He would have been awesome.
Gary Oldman.
Oh yeah, but he's English. Gary Oldman's English.
True.
Gary Oldman is a great actor. He's an incredible actor.
Are you saying that it can only be saved if it can't be saved, but an American actor could possibly?
No, I'm just saying if we had to cast an American actor, who would you cast? Jeff Goldblum seems to be the natural choice.
I think
Gary Coleman.
I'd buy into that.
Yeah.
What you talking about, Gallifreyan?
He's gone now, isn't he?
Yeah, he was on an episode of Buck Rogers, wasn't he? As a young,
he was. Yeah.
Yes,
he was. Definitely.
I always thought that he was really old back then, but he wasn't. He wasn't.
He was young, then he was old. Yeah, like most.
How old was he when he was in Buck Rogers?
Different ages at different times.
I think he was about 12. I thought he was like in his 30s.
12. He was 12.
I thought he was 39.
Yeah. Urban legend.
Fact checkers, please. How old
was
Gary Coleman when he was in that mustard commercial for Buck Rogers?
Here you go, Ron Perlman. Jesus, that'd be an interesting.
Yeah, but
doctor.
he would have been an interesting doctor. He would have made a really interesting doctor. But
I think today Alan Tudyk could do an amazing job.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, it goes without saying, doesn't it? Really.
Sklavko says Danny Glover, but he's too old for that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. What about Mel Gibson? That'd be hilarious. Mel Gibson.
He hasn't seen.
Are you a Gallifreyan?
Oh, I've got the perfect doctor, guys. Nicolas Cage. It would be awesome, Nicolas Cage, especially when he's being Nicolas Cage.
He was great in Kick-Ass.
Nothing.
Yeah. He was actually. He was.
I don't get Nicolas Cage at all, but I totally got it in Kick-Ass.
Yeah. What about Liam Neeson? He would have been a good. Then again, he's not American. He's English, isn't he?
Irish.
Well,
Irish. Yes, of course, Irish. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Michael Keaton He would have been a good Doctor because he's a
I
bit
can't-
weird, isn't he?
He's definitely coming back as Batman.
Who knows? You can't believe the lies and the truths that's mixed in the lies these days, can you? Just
Never confuse a memo with reality. Mind you,
Yeah.
the multiverse could be.
I was thinking John Reno as well, briefly.
Oh, John Reno, yeah, he
Always
would
liked
have
him.
been quite cool, wouldn't he? But then again, he's not American, is he? He's French. Is he French? Yeah,
We
Italian, something like that.
Broderick?
European.
Matthew Broderick. Yeah, he would have made a good Doctor in his prime.
Doctor Who's Day Off.
Sean Bean, but he'd probably die.
Well, the Doctor always dies. Let's face it, and he regenerates into someone else. So that'd be fine for Sean
I
Bean.
just thought Rowan Atkinson would have been a good.
Yeah,
I think I'd buy into that.
Now he would make a good Doctor, Mr. Bean Doctor. No, he'd be quite good actually. The Doctor, he's got range as an act. So, but yeah, no. As I said, I still think Jeff Goldblum is the one in the lead so far, personally, because Jeff Goldblum, you know, if somebody told me he was
for the win, but Goldblum for one.
Yeah, I think
Who's
Goldblum.
Vincent Castle or Castle?
Is that French bloke? Latin.
Oh yeah, he was in the last Bourne film, wasn't he? As the main villain.
To the Man of Born.
Peter Bowles.
Yeah, get Peter Bowles as the Doctor. He's dead, isn't he?
No, he's still alive.
Is he?
Still alive. Yeah, Katie was in the film with him recently. So
He was in Space 1999.
And to the Man of Bourne. He was famous for.
Wasn't he
to the moon born.
He was like an alien devil in Space 1999, wasn't he?
Wow. Yeah.
Oh,
That's a long time ago.
Line.
Oh, maybe the guy who plays Mulder in X-Files. He's a bit weird. He could have made a good Doctor.
Dr. Porn.
Yeah.
Speaking of Space 1999, got another eagle in the post. And there's
cool.
Another one.
Yeah, got to keep them coming. I'm not happy unless there's another.
Where'd you
eagle
get
in
them
the
from?
post.
Where'd you get them from?
eBay. Different, mainly the UK actually.
Do you pay duty on them?
You have to pay. They've changed the law, so yes, you have to pay tax at source, GST they call it here. So it gets calculated by the seller
right, okay.
and charged.
Right.
But that's good in a way because the rules were a bit vague and you never knew what you were going to get charged for and what you weren't. So basically, the government have finally worked out a way of making their tax money off internet sales, but at least it's a consistent system. So quite frankly, I don't mind. It was just that replica gun I got stung for an extra duty for. I don't know why. Maybe because it was a replica gun. So that's me saying I'm quite happy to pay a tax when it's fair and consistent.
Taxes, everybody's
Well, it just makes you think how great it was that you didn't actually have to pay a local tax on stuff you bought internationally, but the government finally realised after 20 years of it happening, they're missing out on. So eBay are paying it. What about you, Amazon?
Yeah, it's like with eBay today, the stuff you would take for granted before Brexit, whereas now you're going to have to slap 20% off and handling charge.
So I'm glad of all the tanks that I bought over the years before they brought in this tax because I couldn't do it now.
Which eagle did you say you're getting? I didn't quite catch it.
There's two. There's the blue one, but it's a blue one with it's not the shuttle in the middle. And there's two sizes. So it's the smaller ones, the dinkies, and there's
the freighter.
The who? The freighter, yeah, if you like.
Yeah, the freighter, yeah.
Okay, and then there's a red and white stripy one.
That's the rescue eagle.
I do like the white.
The white one's the one that I just got this week. So I got the white one and the green one so far, but been lusting after the blue one for a while.
Derek Meddings, mate. Classic.
Yeah. Which one?
It was Brian Johnson, Derek Meddings.
Yeah, Derek Meddings and Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson was I think Derek Meddings was better. Derek Meddings used to do all this stuff for James Bond, didn't he? You know, he's a very clever man. So yeah.
He did.
Very clever man.
He did the Moonraker stuff, didn't he?
He did indeed. He did. And he did GoldenEye as well, didn't he? When the plane crashed into the thing. Did GoldenEye. So yeah. And he also did the amazing Only Live Twice in the beginning, you know, that famous theme. Only Live Twice, where the capsule opens and swallows the the spaceship.
Brilliant.
He did all that effects. He did all those effects.
Brilliant.
I think it was him, or was it John Steers? I can't remember. It was either Derek Meddings or John Steers.
That with the most amazing John Barry score is.
Score, yeah, it's pretty cool. The
Yeah.
space capsule score, is it called? Can't remember.
Yeah, I think that's probably the finest Bond music. But that's just
on Her Majesty's Secret Service says, "Hold my martini." Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah, I do like that. That has one of the best soundtracks. Has one of the best soundtracks in a Bond film. Very, very 60-ish.
Fantastic, John
That's what
Barry.
you should do get rid of the modern day Bond movies. Just end it and set it in the 60s. Make it a period piece.
No, they shouldn't do that.
Well, of course, you can't make it a period piece now. You'd be making it by definition.
Basically, they should just give us James Bond. Just give us a James Bond film, a proper James Bond.
We ain't going to get that. We ain't going to get that.
To be a period piece, you have to be a contemporary piece. But anyway.
But that's what you need to do. Just give us a James Bond film, a proper James Bond film. That's it.
In modern day, it's just done with the present day. They can't do anything else with it. I think the only thing they can do really now to make it fresh again is by setting it in the past. You know, when Bond was actually Bond.
Yeah.
I don't know. I disagree. I think me and you can write a good James Bond film just by sticking to the rules of a James Bond film, which is what they haven't done in years.
Yeah, I think they need to stay away from it being formulaic though, because it was starting to get that way with Pierce Brosnan movies, and I was kind of getting bored with it.
Yeah, but we've had a huge long break. I'm pretty sure people will welcome that kind of Bond back, you know, because we've been too serious with the Bonds recently. So, you know, it's time to have some fun and a bit of seriousness, and also it's time to travel the world. It's time for Bond to be Bond, and you know, sleep with loads of women, kill loads of men. You know, that's what Bond does.
Kiss, bang, bang.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do in the next Bond film, because that's what Bond is.
MC says Derek Meddings did Superman the movie. Yes, he did.
Meddings, yeah. Superman the movie's effects were brilliant.
Kral Birab, I like And Counting from Diamonds Are Forever, similar to Capsule in Space.
The soundtrack is he talking about?
Yeah, it looks like it. So many good Bond soundtracks.
Well, but the majority of them are really good. I mean, the only one I really didn't like was the For Eyes Only soundtrack, because to me it didn't really sound like a Bond soundtrack, but it was still good. You know, but when David Arnold took over, I thought they found the perfect man to make to do the music for the James Bond films, and then they got rid of him and replaced him with that Newman fella, which is just awful.
Who I've never babysat for.
Yeah,
I liked the Sheena Easton one.
Yeah, well, that's the Sheena Easton track to the movie, but the actual soundtrack.
He takes the morning train and takes a long range rifle and shoots the person.
I think
la 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 la.
Spy Who Loved Me is a very, very good one.
Yeah, that was Hamlish, wasn't it? He's you know, his was kind of poppy.
Nobody does it better.
But his music was still very, very Bondish. Do you know what I mean? But the guy did the Rocky theme. He did the music for Spy Who Loved Me, and it was okay.
Bill
Conti.
Conti?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was okay. You know, it's just bordering. The worst soundtrack for a Bond film has got to be GoldenEye. That guy was terrible. He was so terrible. I had to bring another composer in to do the tank chase, and he was never credited. Whoever did the tank chase. So yeah, he was Eric Serra, whatever his name is. He did the music for GoldenEye.
Tank confirmed as either T54, possibly T55 AU. Still looks possibly like a T72 to me, but that's what the website said. Definitely a Soviet tank anyway.
Who did the music for License to Kill then? The soundtrack for License to Kill, because that was somebody else, wasn't it?
I think that was Bill Conti. I'm sure.
No, it wasn't Bill Conti. Oh. Let me have a look. I've got the soundtrack here actually. Let's have a look. Who did the music for License to Kill?
Let me give you some of my special sauce. Oh no, that's not Bill Conti. That's something else.
Doesn't even his name.
Do.
Gladys Knight sang the theme song.
She hated it, didn't she? Apparently.
Got a license to kill.
Killed.
No
Yeah,
pits.
It was all right.
She hated it. I think it's a great song, but she hated it.
Well, you know, so that's a prerogative, I guess.
It's her
Who
prerogative. Her
did the
prerogative.
music for it?
Michael Billington from UFO stars in The Spy Who Loved Me. Bond kills him at the start, but he had to audition for a Bond at one point. Yeah, I
Michael
remember that.
Kamen. Michael Kamen did the music.
Oh,
for
Michael
License to
Kamen.
Kill. Yeah.
He did
bought
Lethal
his
Weapon
own
as
set of
well.
islands with the proceeds.
Got a license to. I liked License to Kill. It was okay. You know, it was still a Bond movie, in my opinion. And I liked what's his name? Timothy Dalton. Thought he was quite good Bond.
No, I thought it was a good one as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked
Welsh Bond. A Welsh
the first one he did. What was that one called? The Living
James
Daylights.
Bond
Yeah.
foil.
I thought that was a great movie, Living Daylights.
Yeah,
It sagged in the middle, but it was still a good movie. I thought.
The living daylights. Bum, 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 bum.
Was there only 2 Dalton because of the legal dispute or something? Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. So there would have been
yeah.
more with him.
But the thing is, though, they wanted Pierce before they got Dalton.
Unavailable.
Pierce was locked in a contract, and
Yeah.
so they took Dalton. And then when he was free, they got rid of Dalton and went for Pierce. So there you go. So he got pushed. In other words, he was still up for other James Bond
Right.
films,
Oh, right. Okay. Right. I get you.
but he got pushed and also that long wait for the next Bond film because of legal problems. Yeah, and I also thought Sean Connery looked really good in Never Say Never, which was the unofficial James Bond film. He looked really good.
Yeah.
In that film, and it's a real shame that he didn't make one with the Broccoli Clan, because that would have been a really good Bond movie. But because they still had that argument, they still fell out, didn't they? Those two. So
Corral
there you go.
Birab says Sam Neill auditioned for Bond.
Yeah, he did. He did. He almost got it as well. And the same thing with Brolin. What's his name? Something Brolin. Not Josh Brolin. His dad.
Jim.
James.
Mike.
James Brolin. Yeah, he auditioned
Jimmy
as
D.
well. He's an American, but didn't get
wow.
it. Yeah, didn't get it. He auditioned. So there you go.
Can't beat Lazenby, the best Bond.
No, he wasn't. Couldn't
Yes,
act.
he was.
The fella couldn't act.
He was the best Bond.
Do you see the way he acted at the ending? Don't worry, she's just sleeping. That bit. Awful.
For me, he was the best Bond. The
Awful.
archetypal Bond. He's Connery's lucky to get top 3. George Lazenby, Roger Moore.
Rubbish. George Lazenby was terrible. That had dubbed his voice halfway through. He was so
it always
bad.
everyone's allowed an opinion? That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it.
It's
There's
going
not
to
a
be
factual measurement for best Bond.
The next one's going to be a train wreck, isn't it?
Oh, we hope not.
Well, there you go. My opinion is merely rubbish. Doesn't count for anything.
They should be reshooting all the shit bits right now. They've got time.
Cockney, I
all
say
the
that
time in the world.
with humour on my tongue, pal.
It's the best opinion. Search your feelings. You know it's the best Bond. Lazenby. Facts. Best Bond. Most underrated. He's Australian. See, you couldn't tell. Such a good actor.
It was a good film.
Yeah, it's a good film.
film.
Bad back projection, but it was a good film.
Yeah, it's a good film. It's a good film.
He makes it. But yeah, he went all hippie.
A terrible life. How comes Blofeld didn't know who he was in that film? Especially
This
after...
never happened to the other fellow.
Yeah, exactly. Especially after You Only Live Twice. How comes he
Yeah,
didn't
come
know
on,
who...
Blofeld. Get your pins on, mate.
It was Telly Savalas, wasn't it, in that one?
See, different Blofeld, different Bond, different Blofeld. You've changed, so have you. Face off, face on. What?
Corral Birab says Lazenby could have been good. It was a good film. It was a good film. Yeah. I think that was made in the year I was born. Can you believe it? 1968.
Me, 007, in a Swiss chalet for the top
With my
in
reputation.
the morning with my reputation.
That line? This never happened to the other fella, he says.
That's it. Just breaks the fourth wall. Brilliant. And then the theme. Bow, 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 bow. This is why I can't watch Tenet. I'd rather watch On Her Majesty's Secret Service again, followed by Zulu. A period piece followed by a historical piece. What? That's right. It's a period piece because it was set in the present. It was contemporary, but through the passage of time, it's become oldie times. Hence, period. Where a historical film was set in the past. That's even further in the past. It was the past then. It's definitely the past now. That's historical. Period. Historical. You're welcome.
I still think best Bond is definitely Connery. In my opinion, the second is
we're agreed. He's definitely period.
And Roger made James Bond.
One thing we can all agree about Sean Connery's Bond is he's definitely period, not historical.
Yeah,
he's the period Bond.
2 hours.
Was there that scene in Doctor No when he kills is it Strange Ways? That's very, very brutal when he shoots him. I remember seeing that as a kid, thinking, what a cold man he is when he shoots. He just shoots him.
Could have just given him 3 points on his license.
Could have done. He could have, but he shot him twice. Shot him in the front, and then shot him in the back.
There you go, sir. We'll have no more of that international terrorism. Off you go, then, Miladio.
And I still think
right, guys.
The second one.
Go on, Ian. Sorry.
Russia with Love is a really good movie. Sorry, go ahead. We're going to stop, are we?
I can't remember. Yeah, it's 2 hours.
It's gone 2 hours. We're in the danger zone. No,
yeah.
Burp, burp. The danger zone. Hour 3, minute 2. Boop, boop, boop.
I've practically done 4 hours today.
You must be knackered. I'm surprised you wanted to host. Where'd you get the energy from, Brown?
You said you wanted to go online, so that's why I sent you the link, and you obviously didn't see it.
Yes, on my channel. I must have sneezed during that bit.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, clearly. I'm aware of that now, but thanks for underlining it yet again. Anyway, it's all right. I'll have.
Anyway, you've got the commander tomorrow, so
no, it's good. I'm glad you took it. In hindsight, it's a lot easier being the guest, isn't it, folks?
It is, especially you're hosting, and when one of the guests hates you, it's quite difficult.
No, I would go get mild irritation. Wouldn't go any further than that.
Oh, you could tell. Well, there you go.
I guess hate you.
There you go.
Yeah, he's getting a complex.
One of the guests was mildly annoyed, but I think we pulled it out of the fire at the end, lads.
Exactly.
So
can't have that. Can't have any negative emotions.
Quality always comes up to the. I know Matt's nodded off, but
exactly. Must be talking about swap shop. Get a sense of humour, swap shop.
I'm looking up
that script.
I'm looking up how many Doctor Who Peter Cushing movies there were.
Two, wasn't there?
I only thought there was one. I can't believe there's two. Maybe
I thought there was 0. So you got me.
Castle.
Yeah.
I remember watching it as a kid.
This TARDIS would be quite operational.
Yeah, they were good on BBC on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, they're really good.
I was going to say, Ian, I know you obviously don't like talking about Doctor Who. Have you been on any other channels recently speaking about Doctor Who?
No.
Yeah,
have you been on Dan's channel this week?
Yeah, of course I have. I always go on Dan's channel. I'm a regular on that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes. And have you remembered the Doctor Who news yet?
No.
Big news on Doctor Who.
You old bastards. You old bastards.
Crazy
news.
I can't remember
what it was. Something about something.
Crazy
They've not recast
yet,
yet, though, have they?
No.
But she's definitely on her way. Yes.
Nobody knows because they haven't confirmed it, have they? So.
Okay.
The thing is,
Geordie.
The guy that's in charge of the BBC, not Piers Wanker, not him, the other fella, the one that's really in charge. He seems to be for the woke system of the BBC. So we're all, BBC is
definitely gone then, hasn't it?
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. So,
and on that bombshell, we'll leave it. Thanks for everybody in the chat. As I said, we've got a small hardcore of peeps who they've stuck with us through for the 2 hours. So cheers, guys. Cheers, guys. Appreciate you being there. As I always say, would be very boring without you guys. So appreciate that. Cockney, thanks for coming on. Sorry about
Thanks
the
for having me.
miscommunication at the.
Quite all right,
I think
good
we pulled it
chat.
out of the fire at the end. So
Indeed.
cheers for coming on, my friend. I'll sort that out for you tomorrow. Mega Geek, cheers, my friend. We've missed you this week, dude. So thanks for coming on, mate. Matt, cheers, mate.
No worries, mate. Thank you very much.
Two in one day. It's tiring, isn't it?
I've still got stuff to do. Oh shit.
Oh, never mind.
So you're England based, aren't you, Dan?
Yeah.
Matt. Oh, okay. Well,
He's in
yeah.
Leicester.
You still write? You're gonna write till the late hours of the morning?
I normally do. I usually get like a spark of creativity, like when I shouldn't have, and I just end up just sitting up for ages, just
Are you
typing.
pumped now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Excellent.
you pumped.
Yeah, I think I am actually. I think I've still got the motivation. I'm just going to go and do it.
Excellent. Absolutely freaking.
Good luck, my friend. We'll finish there then, boys. Everybody in the chat, thank you. I think we'll be around sometime tomorrow, so look out for the Twitter link. Cheers, guys, on the panel. Cheers, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Cheers.
Take care.
Bollocks.
Bye. Bye.